Hello, ninjas. Welcome to the Coder Dojo. How is everyone today? Hello, Blake. Hello, AD and AJ. Hello, Pratik. How's everyone keeping? Alrighty, so we're going to start off on Blake's maze game today. He left me a little message. If anyone else has got some games that they want me to play while we're waiting for people to arrive. Oh, I haven't put the, what's it called? Let's turn this music off just in case. It's very nice music, Blake, but I am afraid of the YouTube police. There we go. Where am I now? Uh-oh. So if you have any games you'd like me to play while we're waiting for people to arrive, let me know. I haven't gotten the... Oh, there you are. Haven't gotten the welcome sign up, the Coder Dojo will be starting in 10 minutes sign, but should be fine. All right. You guys know the drill by now. We will be starting the Coder Dojo lesson in 10 minutes, just to make sure that there's enough time for people to arrive. Are you still getting the music from the game? I think I've turned it off. Let me know in chat if the music is still playing. Oh, careful. Up to level 8 so far. How many levels are in your maze game, Blake? We'll see if we can get all the way to the end, and in what time. Uh-oh, this looks very tight through there, but made it, all good. Alrighty, oh, this looks really tight. Okay, we can do this. Okay, that's good. Oh, so good. I wonder if there is... What's the highest score someone's gotten in this game so far? So far, I'm up to like 2 minutes. Goodness me, playing this maze game. Oh, I see your game. All right. Another one just like it. 40 levels. I don't know if I'm going to play the whole thing. You need some variety. I've got another game from Evie Games that I'm going to play as well before we start the session today. If anyone's got any cool games for me to play, write in chat now. Say, oh, can you play this game? Wait a second. Am I meant to like sneak underneath here? Oh, I can sneak underneath there. Oh, very cheeky. Oh, no. You ran out of lives, but you lived a good life. But life ends, and this was your time. I got too careless towards the end, Blake. Very good. Well, if someone can make it to the end, we'll have to see what highest score people can do. So yeah, if you guys want to play Infamous's maze game, you're just going to look for him on Scratch, 09Infamous. Have a look at his account. See see if you can find his maze game. It's maze, new updates here. Have a bit of a... And then, yeah, see how far you can get. See if you can get to all the way to the end and see how fast you can do that. Alrighty. 37 levels, Blake. Good job. Alrighty. Huh. So this is Evie's Crossy Road game, which some of you guys probably remember from when we did it. That was good fun. I like this because the character has changed. We started off as a chick, and now we've turned into like an adult chicken. Oh, and there's another little tiny chick at the bottom now, and it hatched, which was quite cute. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Just these circles. Alrighty. Uh-oh, things are getting hard now. Alright, what level do you reckon I can get to? Level 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh dear. 15 might be the limit. We used a fairly simple difficulty algorithm that probably makes the game impossible from about this point onwards because it's generating. Okay, we can. Come on. No. Oh, maybe that was a line I could have taken. Oh, we got like an extra life. That was really interesting. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the first one stopped working, but then the little chick, we could control that one. That was really interesting. Alrighty, cool. Hey, crazy kid, how are you doing today? Has anyone made an animation before? Write your answers in chat. Close this one down, close this one down. So, if you are new to the Coder Dojo, and I think it's the usual crowd, but remember to set up with 2 screens if possible. 1 screen with this YouTube live stream on it, 1 screen with your coding so that you can refer to both of them if possible. If it's not possible, that's fine. Just remember not to spam in chat and use the online version of Scratch if possible. On my Crossy Road game, someone made it to level 123, which I think is a lie. How did they do that, I wonder, Blake? Did they figure out some glitch that they could abuse? I wonder what they did. So if you haven't used Scratch before, if you're new to the Coder Dojo, let me know in chat. If you get stuck, as always, let me know in chat. And don't forget to share your Scratch project so that if you need to, you can write in chat and say and tell me what your Scratch name is. I can look you up, I can see your code, and I can give you some help. Okay. What we will do is I will show you my animation that I've made. But today's session is going to be interesting because you don't have to make the exact same animation that I'm making. If you are a little bit unsure about what to do, you can just follow me and do the same things that I'm doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these various little tricks that you can do to make your animation. And you can use these various tricks to make the kind of animation you want to make. You could make a funny meme animation, something that would be kind of a funny thing to be able to throw up on YouTube. You can do anything that you like. If you want me to show your animation on Scratch, just keep it clean, keep it appropriate for this channel. What you do in your time is up to you, but if I'm going to play it on my channel, make sure it's all clean. Okay, So, is everyone ready to see my animation? I'm going to voice act it because I don't have any sound. So let's hit play on this. Some of you guys have probably seen this, but I've added a bit more to it since then, just to sort of demonstrate some other things that you can do. I can't wait to eat this delicious taco. Hey there, that's a real tasty looking taco you have there. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. No, this is my taco. How dare you? You threaten to eat the all-powerful taco wizard. Well, that was unexpected. You there, large dog. I'm a bear, dude. Whatever. Are you prepared to become the most loyal of my subjects? I don't know. You seem awfully tasty for me to be your loyal subject. Traitor! You shall pay for your insolence. Oh man, I feel really weird. Ha 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 ha! Let that be a lesson to you. Wait, why are you looking at me like that? No! So, was it tasty? Could use some chili. There we go. There is my animation. So, let's watch it one more time. I'm not going to voice act it, and you guys tell me some of the things that I am doing. So, yeah, what sort of coding am I using to animate these characters? First of all, how am I getting them to talk? Because they're not actually talking. So write your answer in chat. Because there's lots of little things that are happening, some of which are pretty quick. But what am I using to get the kind of effect that I want? Write your answers in chat. So this is a glide. I'm using glide because it's just nice and easy. We've done orbiting before. So I used clones to make those stars, and I made them spin around. I changed costumes there, and that was another glide. I used a lot of glides in this just because glides are very easy. You can make sure that your character goes from one place to the other. There's a few disadvantages to using glides, but one of the main disadvantages is that it's hard to animate your characters while they're gliding. So you'll notice the characters literally just kind of slide. I'm not able to do anything clever with their costumes changing so that they look like their feet are moving. So this is me cycling color effect. You can also see it gets a bit bigger as well as it goes up. And finally, the costume changes. I also change the rotation style so that the taco wizard can turn and look to the other side partway through the code. So yeah, I have a star that creates clones, and watch what happens to the stars once the bear has sized down. All the stars fade away. It's very quick. You don't notice. And this frog, I've changed the costume so that it looks like it jumps forward and sticks its tongue out. I've taken some shortcuts just to sort of keep things kind of like fast moving. All right, one last time because I'm going to show you one more thing that I did, and I want you guys to figure out what I did here. So we've got the bear. Now watch the bear closely. Let's try and figure out what I've got to get this bear working. All right, did you see that? So first, the bear stands up, and then it falls over backwards. So have a bit of a think about that. Yeah, we've got some good guesses in chat. Excellent, excellent. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start a new project, and I'm going to show you some of the coding that I've done. And depending on... And what we might even be able to do is we might even be able to collaborate together and vote together on what we want to happen in the animation. I think that should be a bit of fun. Like, we don't have to make this exact same animation. So we could just make something completely new. All right. Yes, rotation. You're quite right, Crazy Kid and Blake. Yes, I use rotation a lot. What we'll do is, and so you guys can work on the animation as you want. I'm going to start off by showing you various effects, because even to make all of that animation would probably take us a bit longer than we have time for anyway. So I'll show you a few various effects, and I'll probably tie it all together. So, one way that people try and do animations is by using broadcasts. So, just super quick, just in case you haven't used Scratch before, some of the main things you have to do is get codes, these different colored things. You drag them out like this. You can connect them up like this. In the OS, I need to just move my video a bit. Yep, cool. You also, if you want to make new sprites, you go to the bottom right corner, you click here, and then you can select new sprites that you want. You can look for them, or you can type in what you're looking for. So now I think I should be able to continue on, because I think it's mostly the usual crowd here today. If you're new to Scratch, if you need some extra help, just let me know. But otherwise, I think those are the basic. That's basically how Scratch works. First things first. Who has used broadcasts before? Write your answers in chat. I've used broadcasts before. I don't mind broadcasts, but I've noticed that they have some pretty severe problems. And especially when I talk with more experienced coders than me, like UJ, which some of you guys have met. He's a mentor at our Coder Dojos. He really dislikes broadcasts because, for one thing, they seem to be very glitchy. When I try to repeatedly broadcast, if I try and send a broadcast like 6 times, I'll notice it'll glitch out and sometimes send the broadcast like 12 times for no reason. I'm not sure why that is. So a lot of people are tempted to use broadcasts to get different sprites to send messages to each other. But I think this is a bad way of doing it. I prefer to use variables. And you have, in fact, we only need one variable. And that one variable is what's next. So what we're going to do is we're all going to make a variable together. We're going to go to variables. We're going to, which is the orangey category on the left. If you know how, you can delete the my variable variable. You don't have to if you don't want to. You just right-click on my variable and then select delete. And then we're going to make a new variable. You click on make a variable. It needs to be for all sprites. And we're going to call this variable what's next. And this variable is going to determine at what stage we are in the story, who is speaking, who is acting. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what our characters are going to be. So if you've got an animation in your mind, start thinking about which characters you want. You can start thinking about and start adding them as sprites. So I'm going to rename this sprite here just to cat. We've got this other sprite, Taco, that I added. If you want to add another sprite, bottom right corner, click on the cat's face. I'm going to add bear. So what we're going to do is we've made our variable. We need to figure out who's going to talk first. So I'm going to have my cat talk first. So when the green flag is clicked, we need to set the variable. So set what's next to cat. Let's put this code in the cat sprite. So we need when green flag clicked, which is the beginning of the game. Speaking of cats. Hello, Jin. Have you come to say hello to the Coder Dojo? Cat emojis in chat, please, in honor of Jin. Okay. So we've got this. When green flag clicked, set what's next to cat. And then we're going to make the cat say something. So to make the cat say something, we've actually got to go to looks. I'm not recording sound for my animation, but you could, if you wanted to, instead of having speech bubbles appear or think bubbles appear, you could record sounds and play those sounds using the sound category on the left. So what we're going to do next is we're going to have this cat. It's going to, so we grab this block, say hello for 2 seconds. It's going to say, I'm going to have it say, and then in the next speech bubble, I'm going to have it say, what a tasty looking taco. So say for 2 seconds, say what a tasty looking taco. So if you go to looks, you can have say hello for 2 seconds, AD and or AJ. That's a good that's a way to have the talking happening. You can also, if you want, use like a text to speech extension. I'm not going to be talking about that today. And you could also use your webcam to record you saying the lines, and that's also a cool thing that you could do. For now, I'm just going to keep this sound free. So I'm just going to use say blocks from looks. They aren't in sound, because technically, even though they're like speech bubbles, what a tasty looking taco. And what you have is how many seconds you want it to display for. I generally find I only want the text to display for 1 or 2 seconds, 3 at the most, because you don't want it to be really long. Because people can read pretty fast. What a tasty looking taco. And if you had this as like 5 seconds, it would be so slow and boring. What a tasty looking taco. Yeah, it takes too long, right? So I find that works pretty well. So then what we need to do is we need to grab another set what's next to bear. Now you've got to make sure that your spelling is correct each time you do set what's next. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a wait until. So to get to wait until, you've got to go to Control, look for this one here, wait until, and Then we're going to grab an operator, something equals something. So currently it says there's a space equals 50. You've got to make sure you get the equals sign, not the more than or the less than or anything like that. And you put it inside the wait until. And then we go to variables. And we grab what's next. And we wait until the what's next is cat. Now, some coding languages care about capital letters or not capital letters. I don't think Scratch cares, although we'll find out soon enough if one of us ends up putting a capital in one place and not in the other. But that's a thing to bear in mind. Some languages, if you say if you write cat with a capital in one space and cat without a capital in another place, then something will go wrong. So what you have here, this code here, set what's next to, then whoever is going to do a thing or say a thing next, in this case the bear, wait until what's next equals cat. We'll be doing this again and again and again. Think about it this way. Set what's next to bear. So you're passing the, it doesn't matter for you, Blake? Good to know. With a capital or not capital. Doesn't matter. Great. I was pretty sure. So think about this. What's next? Set what's next to bear. Wait until what's next is equals cat. Think about this like a conversation. If we were all sat in a circle, and especially in school, especially when we're young, you have to take turns in talking. What you're doing, and one of the ways that you did this was with, did you guys ever have a speaking stick? And in school when you're really little, you have to pass the stick and you're only allowed to talk when you're holding the stick. And you have to wait for your turn. For when the stick comes around, and then you can talk. So we had a speaking stick. There's a book where they had a conch shell. This is a Lord of the Flies. They'd pass around a shell, and you were only allowed to speak if you had the shell. And you had to wait until the person who had the shell had finished, and they would pass it on to the next person. So everyone got a turn. Think about this as the speaking stick. Set what's next to whoever you are passing that to is going to do their next thing. And then wait until what's next equals cat. Now you're waiting for it to be your turn to speak again. So we're going to use this again and again and again and again. Set what's next to something. Wait until what's next equals me. All right? So if there was me, Blake, Crazy Kid, AJ, and AD, and we all had code that sort of dictated when it was our turn to speak, I might say, set what's next to Blake, wait until what's next equals Jonathan. And Blake would have code that would say, when it's your turn, say, what a tasty-looking taco. Then set what's next to AD, wait until what's next equals Blake. All right? So maybe I've over-explained this a little bit. The reason that I'm over-explaining it is that I know you'll all be tempted to go back to broadcasts. And here's why broadcasts are bad. There, I said it. I laid it out, right out there. Here's why you don't want to use broadcasts. Here's my hot take. If you use broadcasts, it's impossible to track them down. If we use this method, then what you have is a script for each character, like a play. Like if you do a play or a film, you have a script and it tells you what your lines are. It tells you when you need to wait for someone else to do their lines, and then it comes back to you and you do your lines. And if something goes wrong, you just go down it and it's all in order and you can figure out where it's gone wrong. But if you were to use broadcasts, all the broadcasts then don't follow an order. They're just all over the place. And so I've taught a couple of you guys how to do animation, but I think I've still got you. Yeah, reconnection successful. Hopefully we should be fine. And I know that easier to use broadcasts, but then it's so hard to track down the order of which broadcast is sending to where. So that's why, if you're thinking, I prefer to use broadcasts here, I understand why, but this method is better. So there we go. I've laid down the gauntlet there. Broadcasts are great if you want to send one message to everything. I don't like broadcasts for sending one message to one thing. All right, so let's keep going with this. So I'm assuming that some of you guys who are a bit more familiar with Scratch might be going ahead of me and just doing more of your animation the way you want it to go. That's great. That's sweet. I like to see that. But everyone else who's following me a bit more closely, I'm going to continue on with this now. So if you're following along with me, just put in the codes that I put in. Hopefully it all makes sense to you. So now that we've sent the variable over to the bear, we need to figure out, what does the bear do? So let's go to the bear, and we first need a when green flag clicked. And then what we need to do is put in wait until, and remember, we need to go and get an equals. We need to grab a what's next. You have to wait until it's your turn to speak. So the first thing the bear needs to do is to wait until what's next equals bear. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the bear start from off screen. In fact, even better, I'm going to make the bear hide itself at the beginning. So when green flag hide, and then wait until what's next, and then also we need to figure out a place for the bear to start. So drag the bear to a spot where you're happy with the bear starting, and then I'm just going to go to motion, the dark blue category in the top left, and I'm going to grab a go to. We're going to put a go to X and Y. I'll put that above the show. So now the bear's going to appear about here, and then I want the bear to slide over to about here. So I'm going to grab this line called glide 1 second to, and then it's got its coordinates here. Now I've mentioned this before. These coordinates, these numbers, these numbers will refer to a point on this screen. Some of you guys probably already know how the coordinates work. If you don't know how the coordinates work, here's a great trick. Drag the bear to wherever you want it to be in your code, then get the code that you want. So glide 1 second to, and you can see, you'll see that on the left, if you have glide 1 sec to x equals a number, y equals a number. So for me, it's like x 85, y 80. And then you drag the bear around. You notice it updates the numbers each time you do that. So you can just figure out where you want your bear to be, and then just grab the code out as is, and it will have the numbers already correct. So let's see what that does. What a tasty looking taco. There we go. The bear appears, and it slides out. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate for you a glitch. Do you see what happened there? So what's meant to happen? The bear's meant to wait until the cat stops speaking before it moves. But if I hit go, it starts moving immediately. If you double-click it, it's mostly fine. So what causes this glitch? All right. Write into chat. What do you think is causing this glitch? So look at the end of our animation. When our animation's finished, what does what's next equals? Hello, kitten. When our animation finishes, what's next has been set to bear. Now, the cat code is going to set that to cat first thing. However, the bear code is told that as soon as what's next equals bear, it starts doing what it's meant to be doing. So what's happening is, in this space here where it's got the hide, there's not enough time for the cat to reset the what's next variable to cat before the bear already starts doing its thing. So there's a very simple fix to this. We're going to go to Events. We're going to grab a wait 1 second and put it right underneath the green flag. Wait 1 second, then hide. The other solution would be just to have another line of code above the wait until that sets the what's next variable to cat, just to make sure that even in the bear code that it's set the variable to cat. It doesn't have any time to accidentally start before that what's next variable can be reset back to cat. So hopefully that's not too complicated, but I wanted to point out some of these glitches because at the end of this, even if you're just making the same animation I've made, the story of the taco wizard, then I hope you'll be able to go away and make your own animations, because I'd love to be able to watch some of them. And there's some pretty cool animations on Scratch, some very clever, elaborate ones, and it'd be awesome if you could start making your own, because we all like, you know, making our own cartoons. It's a very cool, creative experience. All right, so hopefully you're keeping up with me with the code. If you're getting stuck, just let me know. So far. Oh, wait 1 second. I should have this hide happen straight away, before the wait. The hide should be before the wait 1 second. There we go. So now the bear always waits for the cat to finish before it slides up to the cat. All right. You don't mine. Okay, Crazy Kid says, mine is working, but I don't have an extra thing. I do not know what you mean by an extra thing. All right, so a few things I'm going to do. I'm going to make this taco a bit smaller. You do that just by clicking on where it says size, above where you've got the sprites in the middle right. Let's make it, yeah, that seems like an appropriate size for a taco. And also, we're just going to take a break from all that heavy discussion of code. We're going to go to the bottom right corner and click Choose a Backdrop. You can choose whatever you like. I quite like the park, I think. Is it called a park? Woods and park. Nice. You can choose whatever backdrop you like. If ever you want to change the where the bear starts and goes to, you can always just drag the bear to where you want it to be. Look at those new numbers over in the middle right of the screen. So for example, where I drag the bear to now, it's x minus 132, x minus 132, and y minus 37. And you can just type those numbers in, and then you've got... And if you know just kind of what numbers that you want, you can sort of rewrite them manually. So I'm just going to move everything down a little bit. There we go. That looks good. I like that. Okay. So another thing that we need is we need to make sure that the cat always goes to the same place. So in the cat code, we need set what's next to cat, and then directly underneath that, we need a go to x and y. So you don't have the wait 1 second crazy kid in your bear code. So the wait 1 second in the bear code, it basically prevents the bear from starting too early. It's a fix for a glitch. If you don't mind it, then don't worry about it. If you find that your characters start before they're supposed to, then put a wait 1 second before their wait until. If it's the first action they're meant to do in this animation. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the cat glide to the other side of the taco. So we go back to the cat code. We grab a glide 1 second to, and with the X and the Y. Yeah, I like the cat where it is. And then another thing I want it to do is I want it to point back towards the bear. So I'm going to grab this point in direction 90, put that underneath wait until what's next equals cat, and then we can click on the 90, we can drag this pointer so that it's pointing the other direction. Now what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Write into chat, what's going to happen when I hit play? That something's going to go wrong. That's your clue. Something is going to go wrong. Let's hit go. What a tasty looking taco. Bear slides up. Well, for one thing, we haven't sent the what's next variable back to the cat yet, have we? So, let's go back to the bear. At the very bottom of the bear code, what we're going to do, so I'm actually going to right-click this wait until here and duplicate, because I only want that. I don't want any of this other stuff that's duplicated. I only want the wait until. This is going to make things a lot easier, because then each time when you want the wait until what's next equals bear, you can just copy it nice and easily. And then we're going to get change what's next. Oh, no, not change. We want set what's next. Set what's next to cat. So remember, the way that this works, you set what's next to whatever you want to happen next, and then you wait until what's next is your turn again. So if you're the bear, you set it to go to whoever's going to be talking next, whether it's the cat, the taco, the tree, whatever you want it to be, and then you wait until what's next equals bear. Now there's one other thing that you can do with this. The what's next is basically just waiting until a word comes up. So if you want everyone to do something at the same time, you could give that a name. You could set what's next to everyone run, and then have all the sprites have a wait until what's next equals everyone run, and then they all do it at the same time. This one word is just the what is happening next, and you can use that word to control any number of things. I say word, one variable. Okay, so we should have at the bottom of the code set what's next to cat, wait until what's next equals bear. And then we need, we've got this wait until what's next equals cat. I'm going to point in direction -90. So let's see what happens, okay? Go. What a tasty looking taco. Huh! Who predicted it? Who predicted it? The cat is upside down. How do we fix it? Write your answers in chat. How do we prevent that cat from going upside down? We want the cat to look back at the bear, but we don't want it to flip upside down. So write the line that we need into chat. Okay. I hope you got the line into chat. I hope you got your answers in, because what we need is a line called Set rotation style. This is in motion. It's the dark blue category in the top left. We need to get set rotation style to left, right. So already it's got the setting that we want. There are 3 rotation styles. If you click on that white triangle, you can set rotation style to left and right, don't rotate, or all around. All around means that the sprite will literally turn the whole thing, which means that it will go upside down if it needs to, but it's really good for something that you want to be able to spin around, for example. If it doesn't rotate, that means it will never change. It will always be looking in the same direction. It'll just be, and if you have left, right, that means it will flip to the left or flip to the right, depending which direction it's looking in, but it will never go upside down. Left, right, rotation style. So let's see if this works. All right, so now what's happening? We flipped the cat, but at the beginning of the animation, it's facing the wrong way now, isn't it? So how do we fix that? We go back up to the top of the animation, and we're going to put in another point in direction. I'm going to make sure it's pointing in the right direction. Yeah, so point in direction, and then you make sure that it's pointing in the right direction, and then it should be working fine. What a tasty looking taco. Flips and slides. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to... so we could have some backwards and forwards with the cat saying some more stuff. But I'm just going to show you how I did the bear animation. So what we need to do is we need to... Actually, no, that's fine. Well, I'll have the cat say, after it's glided, "No!" You should be able to find the say block by now. This is my taco. So this is my taco. And so let's see what that does. What a tasty looking taco. The bear slides on. Oh yeah, so we don't even have the bear talking this time, but that's fine. Not working. So let's have a look-see. So with this, what I'm trying to... Catman Sim. Alrighty, so Catman Sim, you've got to make sure you click share. We'll come back to you in a bit. Because I don't see... Is this an animation? No. Yeah, I don't... Actually, one second. Catman Sim. Let's try that again, sorry. Aha! No, it's here. Apologies, Catman Sim. I didn't go to the right screen, did I? Alright, cool. So, what a tasty looking taco. Slides on. So yeah, what's... See inside. All right. Okay, everyone. What's missing? What's missing? Let's have a look at the code. We do the what a tasty looking taco. Set what next to bear. Wait until what next equals cat. So, this set what next to bear, and then wait until what next cat. Let's go across to the bear. So the bear does its thing. Show, go to the place, glide. Then, what does it do? What does it do? Wait until what next bear? Who has the speaking stick, everyone? Who still has the speaking stick? And how do we pass it back to the cat? Write your answers in chat. Yes, the bear has not passed it back to the cat. So to do that, remember, it's set what next to cat. So you're going to have these two lines of code, one on top of each other, every time it's someone else's turn to talk or act or move or animate or something. Every time that it's time for something next, the next thing to happen. You need to set what next to whatever's going to happen next, and wait until what next equals bear, or the next thing whatever the bear needs to wait for before it acts next. Great, you fixed it, crazy kid. Fantastic. Good, good, good. So we've got. Let's refresh myself on how far we're up to. No, this is my taco. I don't even have the bears talking at this point, although I can fix that. So then we're going to have let's see. So at this point in the code, this is the glide that the bear does. So if we want it to say something directly after this glide, then we just put a nice little say underneath the glide. And we say, I want, I need that taco. I am so hungry. I need that taco. Let's test that, see if it works. As long as you figure out where in the timeline everything. I'm so hungry, I need that taco. No, this is my taco. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do. Not working. Infamous. All right, everyone. What do we think the problem's going to be? Do you think it might be something to do with set what next and wait until what next? Because this is always where the problem is. Check those. Let's have a look-see. Infamous. Go. Infamous. View all. Donut. Is it your latest one? Have you clicked share? Have you clicked save? Do that. All right, I'm going to go back to it and I'll come back to this in a second, okay? Are you typing your entire keyboard into chat? Oh man. Don't see it, dude. We'll have to wait. Okay. So in the meantime, Blake, check your set what's next and your wait until what's next. Because that's the key thing. You've got to think about it like this. It's like these three, it's like each time you ask the character to do something, move somewhere, talk, what happens in between them doing that thing and passing on to the next person to do a thing is you always have set what's next to whoever needs to talk next and wait until what's next equals me again. All right? So that's the key thing. We'll do one more. Reload. Is it shared, Infamous? All right. I'll show you how to do this animation for the bear. So the last thing that the cat needs to do is, what does the cat need to do to pass the speaking stick to the bear? I'm going to do this nice and easily by going right-click on the set, getting out all this stuff and duplicating it, getting rid of all this. We don't need any of that. Now we've got this helpful set what next to bear, wait until what next equals cat. We pass the speaking stick. Okay. Everyone's concentrating. Everyone's quiet. I think it's everyone's concentrating, like, I know it seems complicated, but it's not that hard. As long as you remember that these two lines are how you send to the next person who's meant to act or speak. And then at the end of whatever they're doing, they need to send to someone else. All right, so we've sent what's next to bear, wait until what's next equals cat at the end of the cat code. So now the bear is up. The bear, it's the bear's time. So what we're going to do is we're going to, in fact, yeah, I'll show you something interesting. So far, no, well, that's fine. We'll have the bear do its standing up on its hind legs and falling over, which I know doesn't make any sense yet because we haven't done the taco, and we're probably not going to have time for that. But I'll just show you how to do this animation. So the first thing that I do is I switch costume to bear B. And then I grab a repeat 10 and a turn. Let's try 9 degrees. Let's see what happens. So let's see if the bear stands up and falls over. Now you'll notice there's a problem, and that's because at the end of the code, I made the bear switch costume, but at the beginning of the code, it doesn't have a starting costume. So we need to put at the beginning of the code something to switch the costume back to bear A. What a tasty looking taco. So now what's the problem? Right into chat. We did a rotation of the bear, but we haven't set the bear's what direction it's meant to be pointing at the beginning of the animation. So again, that's nice and simple. We go back to motion. We get a point in direction. In this case, if we want to point in direction 90, we put it at the very beginning, right underneath when the green flag clicked. All right, take 3. There we go. The bear is like that. I'm so hungry, I need that taco. No, this is my taco. And you can see the bear stands up and falls over. So if this happens a bit too quick, we could put in some weights. If you want the taco to change its animation, I'm pretty sure you can put the rest of it together. So what I will do is I'll go and have another look at Infamous's. Hey, this is my donut. This my donut. All right, let's have a look. See. Let's see what's up here. All right. Okay, so how dare you try to eat the almighty powerful taco? How dare you try to eat the almighty powerful... That looks like a tasty donut. How dare you try to eat the almighty powerful taco? No. Oh, this is my donut. You can't touch it. How dare you try to eat the almighty powerful taco? All right. So, forever, donut do things. So you've got things in forever loops. So this chick has things set out all in order. So you've got all the stuff that you need. It sets what's next to bat, waits until what's next equals chick. So the bat is also got things more or less set out correctly. You've got this here, which is wait until what's next equals bat, and then forever have the bat flap. The donut does lots of things. So what you need, Blake, is, so do you remember that glitch we had with the bear? So you have a variable called donutDoThings. Now, if we make this variable visible, let's see what it does. So the donut's only meant to do things when the donut variable changes from stop to start. The problem is, at the very beginning, if we watch the animation all the way through, or very close to all the way through, what it will do is it will change the, look, donutDoThings now says start. So if I hit stop, what does the variable donutDoThings say? Can you guys see? So we went all the way through to the end of the animation. We watched all the way at the end, which means that donutDoThings has been set to start. Now when I hit go, all of the sprites are going to check those variables, including the donut. The donut's going to check all of the variables that say, does donutDoThings say start? And it is for a split second before the donut code will change it to stop. So the donut will start doing its things before it's meant to, because this variable hasn't, it takes just a split second for the change to take an effect. So it's very simple. This is a glitch. If this bit here, the set donutDoThings to stop, this part of your code over here, happened instantaneously enough, then it would be fine. But because it takes just a split second, what you need to do is you need to put, before all of these ifs, you need to put a wait 1 second. Just to give it enough time. So now I'm pretty sure the donut won't start doing its things. Well, you're using a lot of forevers here, which are kind of interesting. Try thinking about putting all of these things into a timeline. So let's see, set donutDoThings to start there, wait until what's next equals donut. So what's next equals chick. If start 2, so what's start 2? Again, you've got another variable here, start 2 equals 2. So again, what you're doing is the same problem with all the variables. I don't know where this begins or ends, because, like, if you guys can watch my mouse, it's like this is waiting for one variable, this is waiting for a different variable, these are waiting for different variables. So trying to figure out the order of things is kind of why I started off by telling you just lay it out like this, so it's all in order. So that you've got one thing, and then a break when it's someone else's turn, and then another thing, and then a break when it's someone else's turn. And the same with everything, with the you know, it does its thing. Yeah. So that's your problem there. This is cool, and I like to see you making your own code. But now you've got 3 different variables. What I would do instead is I would have I don't know, you've got to this start 2 variable. Like, you've made that variable, and I don't think you've got the set in the right place. So have a bit of a look at that. Think about that. Think about where the variables are coming from, where they're going. Because in an animation, you have things happening in a very logical order. In a game, things could be happening in all sorts of orders, depending if you're playing it. Maybe some characters are dying, some things are being shot, but in an animation, everything happens in a very logical order. You know, character 1 says, hello. Character 2 says, hello, how are you? Character 3 says, hi guys, I'm here. Character 4 enters and says, I have discovered a secret plot to take over the world. Characters 1, 2, and 3 all say, whoa. All of this happens in an order. So if you have one variable that says what's next, that says that and then all the different characters are waiting for their cue, then you don't have to have it as just what's next equals cat or bear. Your what's next could be whoa. So if you have character 1, 2, and 3 all say different lines, and then they all wait for set what's next to whoa, then they'll all at the same time, all 3 of them go, whoa. And you can have multiple characters doing things at the same time. All right, so hopefully that's useful. What I'm going to do is, okay, going to reload. All right, let's refresh, reload. Let's see if that's fixed. All right, start. What a tasty looking donut. Hello. That looks like a tasty looking donut. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. No, this is my donut. You can't touch it. Whoa. Very good, Blake. Very good. I can see there's still some more stuff you need to sort out that the donut's meant to do after this. So, yeah. Now, one of the reasons that I wanted to talk to you about animations and not necessarily just get you to follow my animation exactly is I want you to maybe take these ideas, all these different individual things, think of a funny animation you want to make. Think of a funny thing you want to do and try and act that out. It's a really nice creative outlet, and it's a really good exercise. And if you can, try and use this what's next variable to have this very obvious sequence of events. And that way it's much easier to figure out where things go wrong. All right. So that is pretty much everything that I wanted to show you. I'm just going to show you my animation one last time, and then I'm going to show you some of the code. And then if you've got any games for me to play, or if you've got any animations that you're finished, so AJ, Crazy Kid, if you've got some animations that are ready to go, write into chat. Pratik, if you've got an animation for me to watch, write into chat. I would love to watch some of your animations. Otherwise, keep working on them. Do a really funny meme animation, and send it to me later. All right, so let's hit go with this. I can't wait to eat this delicious taco. Hey there, that's a real tasty looking taco you have there. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. So, again, I used a glide there, and you'll notice these both glide at the same time. This glides, and then I have to change the rotation style so that it can wiggle like this, and I have it change colors a lot as well, and I also have it slowly get bigger so that when it changes its costume to the taco wizard, it's a bit more imposing in size. Then I have to change the rotation style back to left-right so that it can flip to look at the bear without going upside down. And then I have it glide up into the corner. I have a new sprite. And you can see the who's next. The who's next is bear. And then it changes to end transformation. So that who's next end transformation, that's the message for all the stars to disappear. So as I was saying before, I've got who's next here, but I think what's next is a better variable name. So yeah, who's next? End. So therefore, now the end knows to unhide itself. This particular sprite knows to make itself appear. So all of this code is all in one straight line. And you can see that there's various, it's just, do some stuff and then do the set who's next to something, set and wait until what's next equals me. And it's the same with all of it. All of it's in a straight line. And that way, if something goes wrong, you can go back, look at all the text and figure out, you go, wait a second, after the bear says, oh man, I feel really weird, something goes wrong there. And that's a really easy way to then fix your code. Yeah, you can see all this code is in a straight line. And that's kind of what you probably want for most animations. I say that. There's a few exceptions. The star, because I use clones, I have all these stars doing things at the same time, so I have some clone code. And the end is very simple. Yeah, so you guys take this information. Hopefully this has been useful in how to organize a animation in such a way that makes sense and is easy for you to follow and easy for you to, if you find bugs, to go back and fix them. Because you notice that we did that all the time. We made some code that flipped the bear around, and then we didn't have any code to flip it back when the game started again, so the bear was now upside down. And then you could go, all right, what I need to do is I need to go at the beginning of the code, make sure that the bear is facing the right way. All right. So that's pretty much everything I have for you guys today. I hope that was a bit different because normally we're following a more strict plan. But this time round, I really wanted to give you some tools so that you could make your own animations. Because, yeah, it's a really good fun thing to do. So I look forward to seeing what animations you guys make. But until then, stay awesome, be cool to each other, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time, ninjas.